Can we make a deal? I'll stop the negative self-talk if you do. Pinky swear? For the best advice on living your path of purpose while owning your authenticity, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to get notified when I release a new video each Thursday. Welcome to The Inner Fire with me, Heather Evans, your confidence coach and career vision strategist. It's time to live your life of purpose while owning your authenticity. Let's ignite our potential together. I'm sick and tired of it. And guess what? Writer Elizabeth Gilbert is too. She recently put out a post about negative self-talk and why we just need to cut it out. It's not serving us and it's not serving anyone else. I'm committed to stopping the negative self-talk and I hope you are too. At the end of the day, it's time to stop tearing ourselves down and start honoring and loving our power, our confidence, and our beauty. Look, we all do it. At some point or another, we fall into this trap of negative self-talk. And I see it especially in the communities of women I'm in. And I'm not saying that men don't do this, but I tend to see it more with the women I work with and the women I surround myself with, where, you know, if we don't reach a goal or we don't hit a milestone or a mistake is made, all of a sudden we fall into this trap of just cutting ourselves down every which way. It has to stop. Playing the blame game with ourselves is not serving us, and it's certainly not serving anyone else. So here are some steps that I am using to cut down on the negative self-talk and start using my words and thoughts to uplift myself and others. The first step is to acknowledge that you're doing it. I want you to notice when negative self-talk is happening. Does it happen when something bad has happened? Does it happen when you roll out of bed in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror? When does negative self-talk start to rear its ugly head? The second thing I want us to pay attention to is there a put down that's on repeat? So is there a phrase, is there something that we say to ourselves more often than not when it comes to the negative self-talk? Oftentimes we get into this script, this sort of record that keeps skipping, saying the same thing over and over and over again, because it's reinforcing this false belief we have about our worth and about who we are. The next step is to come up with a word or a phrase that you can say instead. I want you to think about something that you can say to yourself instead to break the cycle of this negative self-talk that's on repeat. What can be really helpful here is if that other thing you say, that positive thing you're going to say to yourself, isn't in any way related to the negative self-talk that you're putting out there. The reason I say this is because mentally and physiologically, it can be really challenging to shift negative self-talk to go from, as an example, Heather, you are ugly, to Heather, you are beautiful. Instead, I might say, Heather, you're ugly. Uh-oh, there's the negative self-talk on repeat. Heather, you're an amazing mother. So I might use that instead to get me out of the cycle of negative self-talk about my appearance to shift it to something that I know I'm amazing at. Slowly over time, this will help diminish the negative self-talk and help us reinforce our power, our beauty, our confidence. Let's inspire one another. What is your positive mantra that you're going to say to yourself instead of the negative self-talk? Share it with us in the comments below. Last but not least, we need to support one another. I want you to support other women. If you see a woman tearing herself down, lift her up. If you see another woman or a group of women putting somebody else down, put an end to it. There's no place for this negative self-talk, either to ourselves or about somebody else. It's not serving us, and it's creating these fractures and divisions that keep us down instead of lifting all of us up. So support other women and make it a point to do so. We are going to end this cycle of negative self-talk. I've created a guide to help you with this. I'll include it using a link below, so be sure to check that out. If you're ready to support and uplift other like-minded soulpreneurial women just like you, be sure to join Ignite, my VIP Facebook group. I'll include a link for that below as well. If you liked this video, be sure to comment below, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell to get notified when I release a new video each Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Stay ignited out there. I'll see you soon.